Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy, the Strongest Wizard, and tonight is indeed fight night, and we have ourselves yet another GD01 match. We got my man, the real Joshua, on the left-hand side, rocking out that Blue-White Academy aggro build, something a little bit of spice that he cooked up himself, as well as Pika on the right with that blue and white blockers, a very standard build from what I believe. And now we do see the gym coming down, turn 1 for Joshua, and turn 2 for Pika. We're going to go ahead and play out the Overflowing Affection, drawing 2, trashing 1. And to be honest, guys, I'm not too sure exactly how the Academy version does against the standard blue-white build. I imagine it would be okay, a little decent. I'm not too sure exactly what the Academy version has that does better against the blue-white. But we do see the 4-2 Academy unit coming down. It's a pretty solid card. Unfortunately, 2 health in this meta is a little bad, just because of all the ping decks that are running around, a lot of the red decks there. But we do see the white base hitting the board, and so obviously for real Joshua, we're gonna have to most likely swing over this base. We don't want to get Pika. We don't want to give Pika the free Gundam, obviously, that we possibly could get next turn. And I'm also assuming that Pika doesn't want to lose his life, his shields willy-nilly, which is the main reason why we played the base, most likely. But it looks like real Joshua's going to go ahead and possibly tap 3 resources here to play out the base. Now that is the level 3 cost base there that allows you to play out a 4-2 tall geese from your token deck. And if you have one in trash, you actually only play out 2 1/1 orb units, I believe is what it is. I'm not too exactly the name of the orb unit itself, but I do know that the trait is orb, and I do know that it's 2 1/1s if you already have one in trash. But obviously, since the start of the game, Joshua doesn't have one, so we're gonna go ahead and swing 4 or possibly 4 into shields here. I guess Joshua taking a second to think about, hey, maybe I want to use this EX resource, but swinging 4, and I imagine we just swing 2 with the gem since Pika doesn't have a board anyways. We can obviously just get rid of it. I mean, I'm assuming Joshua's just thinking about if he wants to play the gem from his hand at this moment since he does have one resource up, but no, we're going to go ahead and pass the turn. Joshua taking it a bit slow, and we're going to see exactly what Pika can do. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and see the effect of the white base there to grab the 3/3 token Gundam, playing out the 2/4 blocker as well. And now we have a little bit of defense as well as some aggression coming on Pika's side. And with 5 resources up, we're going to see exactly what Joshua wants to do. We're going to go ahead and tap 4 for that Aile strike, and we're going to use our EX resource there to link it with the Kira there. Now if we bounce, the token goes back to the token deck. If we bounce the blocker, goes back to our hand. We're going to bounce the token there just because to get, I think, the most value, or try to go the most aggressive we possibly can. We see the armor going into hand from that burst option, and yeah, Pika just did a little magic trick on his own shields, going from 5 to 2 very, very quickly, in fact in 1 turn. But we do see the link with the Aile strike with Pika's very own Kira, and we're going to bounce the token going back to the token deck. We're going to go ahead and swing into this Aile strike using the Kira effect to -2 AP there, and then we're going to swing over the gem there with the Gundam, so it's currently a 3/1, and this Aile strike should be at 4 damage on it, since pretty sure it should be 4 damage. Pretty sure it's listed as 3, but pretty sure it's 4. But we're gonna see exactly what Joshua can do. We're gonna go ahead and swing 4 into shields is what it looks like. Yep, Pika already dropping down to 1 shield left, and now we have the Aile strike of their very own to link with this Kira to bounce back the token, and we're actually gonna go ahead and swing into this Aile strike itself. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take 3, should be 4 damage, because I believe it's a +2/+1, so -2 off of the Kira, so it's just 4 damage. So it should be 4 damage there. Obviously a mistake on both sides, but we are currently tapped out of resources, so we're going to just pass the turn. Now Joshua kind of on the back foot here, and yes, even though some of these units are pretty low in health on Joshua's side, Pika has nothing on the board, as well as 1 life to Joshua's 5. But look, let's not forget, we're playing blue-white blockers. And we have the unicorn version hitting the board. Complete surprise on my end. Swinging over the unit, playing the unicorn effect to trash it, playing it for free, putting the Bondager links back into our hand, drawing ourselves a card, swinging into this Aile strike. We get to draw a card once again for linking that, and we do get to trade with that Aile strike. So Pika really kind of just replaced 2 cards out of their hand and then just wiped the board clean from Joshua. Now this is Joshua's turn to go super wide. This is huge, but no, we're going to go ahead and play out the Show of Resolve. Pika kind of running from this game, trying to stay alive, and Joshua's taking the turn is what it looks like to establish his hand, to make sure that he sees all the cards that he needs to take over this game. So we're going to go ahead and draw 2, trash 1, thanks to that overflowing affection and trashing the RX out of hand. And with 2 resources up, we're going to go ahead and play out yet another overflowing affection. Yeah, I mean, look, I totally get it. You drew 3 cards, you drew another 2 off overflowing affection, then you just drew another 2. I totally get it. You're going to see them, right? It happens. But now Joshua's having the difficult decision to say, you know what, I've crafted my hand so well now, what do I trash? And it looks like he's debating the rebuild. There's also the Unforeseen in his hand, but we're going to go ahead and trash the rebuild. We're going to go ahead and tap 1 to play the gem and pass the turn. Now, Gem is a good card, but unfortunately at this end of the game, that's a very easy card for blue-white blockers to bounce, actually. So that might be a bit of an issue. We will definitely see. And yeah, let's see exactly what Pika can do. But we're going to play the RX to link it with the Amuro to swing into it. Yeah, I said bounce earlier, but I completely forgot about resting as well. And thanks to the repair too, we're going to be able to just repair our own damage there. So clearing the RX of any damage is what it's supposed to happen, and then the 2/4 obviously stays up. I'm assuming Pika will remember right now and just heal himself, because I mean, I definitely would. But yeah, we're gonna go and see exactly what Real Joshua wants to do. He's currently sitting at 7 resources up, and like I said before, we have quite of a hand. Like, our hand's pretty solid here, but it looks like we're still looking for a couple of cards, and looks like we're gonna tap 3 for that. I thought I was gonna say for Show Resolve, but no, we're gonna tap 3 for the RX. And with 4 resources up, I imagine we just play the Aile strike now. No real harm in not doing so. That, or I guess you could also play the Show Resolve if you really wanted to. But no, we're going to tap 2 for the 2/4 blocker instead of just passing the turn. Now, Pika sitting at, of course, 1 shield, now 0 shields, thanks to that Archangel. But we're going to grab a lot of mileage off of that unit. I had that shield, I imagine, that base, but we're going to drawing 2 off of the Show, of course. And now with 4 resources standing, we're going to play out the Striker pack to play out either a 4/2 or a 2/4 blocker, playing out the 4/2, tapping 2 additional resources to play out the 2/4, swinging into shields. We do have a blocker, but we're going to go ahead and let it go and just pass the turn. And finally, we get to repair 2 off of that RX. Fortunately for Pika, it didn't matter regardless whether he did it last turn or this turn. It didn't matter. We still got the repair 2 down. And so we're going to go ahead and tap 3 resources. Possibly for the Show, possibly for the base is what it looks like what Joshua is eyeing currently at this moment. And it's the Show Resolve. We're going to go ahead and draw 2 cards. Unfortunately, not seeing a pilot there in that situation, but we could possibly tap 3 resources here for a base. Yep, seeing the base. Now, this is the kind of situation that I mentioned earlier. If you already have a base, that specific base in your trash, you play out 2 1/1 orb tokens instead. And so with 2 resources up, Joshua's making the decision, do I want to swing into shields or not? We have also another blocker. It looks like we also have a strike dagger in our hand. So Joshua has a couple different options that we can choose from. And yeah, it looks like we're eyeing that strike dagger to hit the board. And yes, strike dagger does hit the board. Now, unfortunately, those 1/1 tokens are really easy to bounce, and we're going to play out the Show of Resolve to start the turn. We're going to go ahead and draw 2 cards, and anything that we're probably missing, we probably found, including 2 Perfect Strike Gundams. That's crazy, both going back to the token deck, swinging into shields here to clear it, and now we can obviously block, but with the Repair 2, there just really is no point to block this swing here, so we're going to go ahead and have to let it go, and we're going to go ahead and just pass, choosing not to swing with these blockers that we have on the board because we know that we only have a 5 life base, and that's it. We have no shields, so if there's a way that Joshua can just like rest the board and swing for game, like swing twice, he just wins, right? Like he literally just wins. Now unfortunately, let's talk about this fortress of a deck, right? Like this is literally why people play blue white blockers, is for these games and these turns just like this. Joshua's deck definitely has a different perspective on the build, a bit more aggressive, a lot more academy units as well. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and see what Joshua can do to kind of change the game back to his favor. And we have the Amuro in our hand, so technically speaking right now we could play the Aile Strike, play out the Amuro, link it, I'm sorry, not link it, pair it to bounce back the token, right? And we would also be able to rest a blocker. We wouldn't be able to swing into like for game because we just don't have enough firepower, and Pika just has a billion resources. But instead, we're gonna go ahead and pair the RX currently that's on the board with the Amuro there having a link. We're gonna go ahead and rest the 4/2 blocker. And we might be swinging into the 4/2 possibly, and if we choose to do so, he could always just block with the 4/4 as well. I mean, we definitely have different options that Pika has on his side. Now we also can't forget about Pika's RX, right? Like that card just cannot stay on the board. Giving +1 to the board is pretty crazy stuff. So we're actually looking to swing and possibly trade with the RX, but yeah, Joshua taking a second to think about, hey, do I really want to do that? Is that probably what I want to do? I mean, look, here's the thing, this is finals here at DXM Provisions. We had 48 players. First place winner does take a whole box of GD01, so a lot is on the line at this moment, and we're gonna see exactly what Joshua can do. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and attempt to swing into this the blocker there with the 3/2 strike dagger, but we're gonna go ahead and just trade with the blocker, the 2/4 there. I say 3/2, but it's actually a 4/2 thanks to that RX there. But we're gonna go ahead and use the base once again. The back-to-back base from Joshua is really good here. Unfortunately, we got 2 1/1s again. With RX, they're 2 1s, which is not too bad, but we just have to pray, you know, we don't see a double perfect strike going back. So we're gonna attempt to swing into this 4/2, and I do think at this point we okay, I was gonna say we probably let it go, but it looks like we're gonna go ahead and just block it there. So we take 2 damage, which does get the repair 2 at the end of the turn, which won't really matter, right? But I mean, obviously Pika has something else in mind that he can do. But we are going to go ahead and tap 2 resources to drop yet another 2/4 blocker unit. And with 2 resources up left, Joshua might play, it looks like he has another strike dagger. We also have an Unforeseen in our hand, so I wouldn't mind the gem, as well as just keeping the Unforeseen in hand as well. So I think at this point, with having the 1 resource up, we could just block. If we swing 2/4, we're gonna go ahead and just lose our unit there. Unfortunately, we're swinging 4. It only takes 3 damage, thanks to the RX. But Joshua should not forget about that repair 2, which I'm sure he won't. But honestly, even with the numbers on the board, I'm not too sure if it even matters too much. I guess it matters with the 4. But yeah, we do have the outsider helping out Joshua just a little bit there. And we have the Freedom hitting the board. We're going to -2 AP onto the RX. And it looks like we're swinging into this RX. And we're going to go ahead and give it another -2. So that is a total of -4 AP on the RX there. And with 4 resources up, Pika is going very aggressive. We're going to tap 1 here to play out the Unforeseen to give it -3 AP. And so this is a 5 HP unit. We're going to take 3 damage. And yeah, Pika's only going to take 1 damage off of that swing. And we're going to attack into this, we're going to actually attempt to trade is what it looks like. Actually, no, we don't get to trade it because of the Freedom. That is a permanent -2. We block off of that RX swing going into the RX. So that RX is staying alive by a thread. We're going to tap 2 for another 2/4 blocker. Archangel effect. We're going to resign our Freedom. And are we even going to swing with these perfect strikes? I mean, yes, we are. We're going to attempt to trade into is what it looks like. We're going to attempt to trade into this RX. And even with the Unforeseen and even with the blocker there, it still does go down. So unfortunate here for Joshua. And then passing the turn. Yes, we did get to, waste a couple of attacks from Pika here. And we were actually able to trade with that obviously with that perfect strike as well, so pretty good value. Now unfortunately Joshua's just left with a couple of just different little low AP units, and Joshua just dumps his hand. He says, look, I got 2 ill strikes, I got a strike dagger, what you got? We're gonna start things off here with a show of resolve on Pika's side. And I mean, yeah, I definitely think Pika cannot win this turn. Now the question is, can Pika lose next turn? That's the bigger question, right? So we're swinging into shields here to get rid of that base, and we have a couple attackers on the board, and we just dropped the Unicorn Destroy mode and says deal with it. We're gonna go ahead and draw 2, trash 1 for the overflowing affection, and Pika doing what Pika does best. We're fortressing up, and we actually pitch the Kira. What is in Joshua's hand? The double Kira into the overflowing is crazy work. So we're gonna go ahead and link that body there to bounce the 4/2 blocker that's been on the board for ages now back to the hand, and we are possibly attacking into shields here, and we're gonna go ahead and -2 AP onto the Freedom, which I do obviously really like. And we're gonna go ahead and just block with the 2/4. We do take 2 damage in that exchange, and with only 1 blocker in hand, it is only one blocker on board. This is looking like curtains for Joshua, very unfortunately, because of that Unicorn mode. It does not require you to have a paired pilot onto that unit in order to rest obviously a unit. So we're going to go ahead and swing with the Strike Dagger. We're going to take 3 damage there, and the Aile Strike cannot attack, and now we're just left with a couple different smaller units. We could attempt to try to swing into one of these other units with these Orb 1/1 units. We can try to just swing twice into the perfect strike. Honestly, we might have to do so even with the Freedom on the board, I think we're at a position where I think they just have to swing. I literally think we just lose otherwise. So I think the 2 1/1s have to attempt to go into the perfect strike. Now Joshua did try to swing with the Aile Strike, but unfortunately he did play it this turn. I'm sorry, he played it last turn, so he can swing with the Aile Strike. But yeah, we're gonna go and swing the 1/1 into the 4/4, and we are gonna take the trade. Pika letting it go there, and obviously he has to, right? Because if otherwise, he could just swing with the 4/4 and the 1/1 into shields, and then one of the last ones into the base there. So that Unicorn mode is definitely an issue, but we're gonna go ahead and just pass the turn. And with 3 attackers on the board, do we have a link unit? We're going to go ahead and link the Bonager links there to draw ourselves a card. Insane stuff. And we have a Kira, we have a whole bunch of RXs, but do we have the perfect link? I don't think we do, but we have another Freedom. Oh man, that is so tough. And we have the link with the Freedom as well with the Kira. I lied. So we're going to go ahead and use both effects to -4 AP on that unit, swing into, I imagine, the Aile strike, and that's a -4 AP. So I think we only take 2 in that exchange. Yeah, we only take 2. That is insane. And now that Aile strike is rested, so that is just free lunch. Very unfortunately, we're going to swing into there using Kira effect to -2 AP, only taking 2 damage, and it looks like we're still not done with our turn either. We have the Archangel on the board still, but we're going to swing it with Amuro into shields, and we hit a striker pack. Is this what we possibly could use right now to bring us back? Now it does say if you have an Earth Federation, or I'm sorry, an Earth Alliance token on the board, you can use the effect of the burst option, but that's an orb token. So this is supposed to be a 4/2 unit there. So do keep that in mind. It's not a Gundam. I believe it's a 4/2 unit. That's all you gotta know. And it is, I believe it is a blocker as well. So it's a 4/2 blocker, which is quite good. And it's another body. But here's the issue. We're facing 2 Freedoms, and Joshua just passes the turn, and we swing with a Unicorn just to rest the blocker. So unfortunate. Show of resolve. Do we have a base in the last life swinging with Freedom? And no, it is not, and we swing for game, and Pika does end up taking it. Thank you guys so much for checking out this channel as well as this video. I really do appreciate it, and stay tuned because I have a ton of new Gundam content coming out soon. See ya.